Al Capone, one of the most notorious gangsters in American history, led a life of crime and eventually faced consequences for his actions. Here are 10 failures or setbacks in Al Capone's life. Expulsion from school. Capone was expelled from school at the age of 14 for hitting a teacher, which led him to pursue a life of crime instead of receiving a formal education. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. In 1929, Capone's gang orchestrated the murder of 7 rival gang members. This event increased public outrage and law enforcement scrutiny on Capone and his organization. Public enemy number 1. Due to his criminal activities, Capone became the top target of law enforcement agencies, and his public image deteriorated. Tax evasion charges. Capone was eventually indicted on tax evasion charges, which led to his downfall. He had failed to file income tax returns and pay taxes on his illegal earnings. Imprisonment. In 1931, Capone was convicted of tax evasion and sentenced to 11 years in federal prison, marking the end of his reign as a crime boss. Health issues. Capone's health deteriorated during his time in prison. He contracted syphilis, which went untreated and eventually led to neurosyphilis, causing mental and physical deterioration. Transfer to Alcatraz. In 1934, Capone was transferred to the infamous Alcatraz prison, where he faced harsh conditions and strict security measures that prevented him from continuing his criminal activities. Early release and decline. Capone was released from prison early in 1939 due to his declining health. His neurosyphilis had progressed, and he was no longer capable of running his criminal empire. Loss of power and wealth. As Capone's health declined, he lost control over his criminal organization, and his wealth diminished. He spent the remainder of his life in seclusion. Death at 48. Al Capone died in 1947 at the age of 48 due to complications from neurosyphilis. His once powerful criminal empire had crumbled, and his legacy as a notorious gangster remained. These failures and setbacks in Al Capone's life highlight the consequences of his criminal activities and the inevitable downfall that followed his rise to power.